Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we will taste and evaluate the Peated Rye from Buzzard's Roost. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley.
Hey, Justine, how you doing?
I'm good, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. So, yeah, we've got a fun one. Obviously, Jason's a friend of ours, and he's got out his Peated Rye, and it's one that I haven't tried yet, so I don't know if you snuck and tried yours, but we're going to be tasting it on the show today, but we'll get to that after the break. So I haven't talked to you in a little while, so just wanted to check in and see what's been going on.
I just kind of been hanging out, but I actually did get to go on a helicopter ride.
A helicopter ride?
Recently. So, yeah. It was pretty cool. So my parents' friend has his pilot's license, and he's flown planes for, 37, 40 years. But he also is able to fly a helicopter and rents one from time to time from his friend. So they asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said I wanted to go up in a helicopter. So we just now, with scheduling and weather and everything, just now been able to do it. So it was pretty cool. It's rather small helicopter, just seats 2 people. And the guy that owns it had the doors off of the helicopter. So Gary, my mom and dad's friend, just left the doors off, which was, I'm not great with heights. Like, I'm okay with heights. Like, I can go up in a plane. I can ride a roller coaster. I can go up in a tall building. You asked me to climb a ladder. Absolutely not. As long as there's something sturdy under me, I'm okay. And I was perfectly fine up in the helicopter. It was a little, I had some anxiety, but at one point in time, he's like, well, you can take some pictures or whatever. And I'm like, nope, because I'm going to fumble my phone and it's going to fly out the door. I'm just going to drop my phone 700 feet from the air. Nope, I'm
Kill
fine.
Someone below. Yeah.
So, I was okay. But yeah, it's like I would have taken pictures and stuff because it was like, it was perfectly clear. Like, you could see for miles. You could see forever. So it'd be great for like videos or pictures or whatever, but I'm just like, nope, because I'm just going to drop my phone out the door. So
yeah.
Had there been doors on it, I would have taken all sorts of pictures and videos, but I was just scared.
Where did you go? Did you go over like a residential area, or was this like the downtown area? Where were you flying over?
So the airport, it was a small airport, in Mason, Michigan, which is just south of me. So we left from Mason and we flew up to Holt and went over my house.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we flew out over my brother's house, which is probably about 17 miles away from me. And then from my brother's house, we flew into Leslie and went over my parents' house. And then we went back up to Mason. So it was pretty cool.
Right.
Bless you.
That's a first, I believe. I don't have my microphone. So just so the audience knows, we're remote. Oh, I'm remote. Justine's at home. She's where she normally records. I'm remote. I'm at a hotel for an event that I'm going to be doing. So I don't have my microphone with my cough button on there, which would allow me to turn that off when I sneeze. So apologies for that.
I mean, technically, you could probably just edit it out, but we know you won't.
I'll forget. Yes, I'll never do it. So, Justine, another question I have. So you're up in a helicopter. With no doors on it. Is it cold? Obviously, it's summertime, I know, but is it cold up there because of the atmosphere, or what's it like temperature-wise up there?
It was a little bit cooler. It was cool this past Saturday morning when we went up anyways. It was, I don't know, it was probably like in the 60s, like high 60s, low 70s.
Okay.
So it was a cooler morning, just in general, but I just had on a pair of shorts and like it was kind of like a long sleeve t-shirt, but he did bring a sweatshirt for me, just in case. And I put it on just in case. I think if I hadn't have had it, I probably would have been okay, but it was a little bit chilly up there. When we were flying north and south, it wasn't too bad. When we went east and west, like the wind was kind of like hitting us, and it did get a little bit chillier. It was also a little bit more turbulent when we were going east and west, but
right.
I mean, it still wasn't too bad, but it was just really cool to like see everything from that perspective.
Yeah.
Just like the weirdest thing to me was like all of the weird patterns that are in farming fields, like whether it's corn, wheat, like whatever they're growing. It's just like, I don't know, some of them almost look like crop circles from Aliens, so maybe that's what it was. I have no idea. We've also had a lot of flooding up here with the rains that we've had, so there were a lot of like bare spots where things just haven't grown. We did see 2 bucks fighting in a field, like
oh really?
Locking horns, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah. The last question I've got for you about it, you went over your brother's house. Do you text him and say, hey, come outside and look up, or do you just go over and just to see his house and see what it's like?
No, we really didn't have like a flight plan. I had no idea. We started off going over my house, and then we were just kind of flying around, and then he's like, oh, let's just go over your brother's. So like, yeah, I had no, I don't know. I probably could have texted them, but once again, I was afraid to touch my phone. My parents were working outside, and they saw us, but I didn't see them. They have a lot of trees by their house, and my mom's like, we were waving at you. We saw you. And I was like, oh, I didn't see you. But
darn, that's opportunity lost. That'd have been cool to see him and wave,
Yeah. Yeah. At one point when he decided that we were going out over my brother's house, and he turned, and it's just like kind of like when you're on a motorcycle, like you turn it, you lean into the turn or whatever. And so he was turning, and it's like, if I just say, sitting straight up, like when he turns, like I feel like I was gonna, I don't know. So I just like kind of leaned into the turn, and he's like, you're not gonna fall out, I promise you. And I'm like, I know that, but I still feel like I just need to lean into it. It's fine.
Very cool. Well, it sounds fun, and glad you had a good time, and a little scary, but overall sounds like a great experience. So congratulations.
Yeah.
All right, what we'll do next, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to have this Buzzard's Roost, the peated one, and we're going to taste it. We're going to tell you about the experience of nosing it, tasting it, finish, that type of thing, like we normally do, and we'll get to that in just a few.
Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and I'm excited to announce a brand new partnership with Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Many of you have perhaps heard of Leatherwood via our co-host on the Bourbon Daily, Kaylee Baker, who works there. Well, they're now an official sponsor of the network, and we look forward to everyone getting to know a little bit more about them. Company founder Andrew Lang brought his brewing and distilling hobby with him during his years of service as a Green Beret in the United States Army. Whether he was at his home base of Fort Campbell or during tours of duty in places like Italy or Afghanistan, Lang distilled whatever was available to him locally. We are excited about getting to know Andrew Lang and his team better via our programming and are planning a trip down there for the ABV Network crew very soon. In the meantime, check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com, where they will ship bottles directly to you, including their special Remembering 9/11 series, which is raising money for military charities. Seriously, get out there, buy some bottles, help a good cause, and let us know what you think. We're really excited about this partnership. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily with Colonel Steve.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are tasting the Peated Rye from Buzzard's Roost.
Yes, we are. No cork pop on this one. I know I just have a sample bottle here, a little 100 milliliter, which I sent you some of that, Justine, so we both have a sample to taste and enjoy. So let's see what we've got here. I just poured mine. I see you got yours poured. And what are you getting on the nose on this one?
Definitely getting a little peat, but it's not overwhelming. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a peat person. I don't like peated things. So yeah, it's definitely, it's a good level of peat for me.
Good level of peat. Yeah, you're going to have to expect to taste some. And again, that's where we get, as bourbon fans, we're not really peat fans, and that's probably one of the reasons why we're bourbon fans and not Scotch fans. But I have tried some of the peated products like Kings County. I've tried that and liked it. And, a couple other ones, if they do it the right way, and it's kind of subtle, it can add something, another layer of flavor in there that is quite enjoyable. So it'll be interesting to see how Jason did on this. I mean, I get some caramel corn on the nose too, because
Something a little floral. I'm not sure
yeah,
what it is, but it's got like a little bit of a floral note to it.
a little floral. Okay, all right. Well, let's give this one a taste and see what we think. What our initial notes are. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's
That's really good.
Yes, peat is subtle, and they're very, very subtle. I mean, it's sweet. It's also got the spice of the rye. It's almost like a fruity kind of sweet.
I was gonna say it's kind of got like a almost like a pastry, like a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Or something like a spice cake. Yeah, it's good.
And the peat is there, but I mean, out of any of them that I've tried, it's the lightest on the peat for sure. So it's very, very peat light, very bourbon rye drinker friendly, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. I really wish I would have got a bottle of this when I was in Kentucky last time. I almost did. I should have tasted this sample before I went to Kentucky because I've had this for a while.
Then
So
you
I would have known. I mean, it's not like, I don't know why I didn't just do it anyways. It's, like, I trust Jason. I trust his palate. Like, I should have just done it, but I did buy 2 of his other products too. So.
Oh yeah, that's cool. You gave him some...
I should have just done the trifecta and bought all 3 of them that was on the shelf, but.
Exactly.
You live and you learn, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how being a whiskey fan is. There's always things that you miss out on for sure. But I think he's done a great job here. Finish is good. It sticks with you lightly. I mean, but it stays. It's light heat finish, but it does stick around with you for a while, which is nice. I really like what he's got going on here, as I've liked most of the things that Buzzard Roost is doing.
This is a very easy drinker too.
Yeah.
Like, this is one that could get you in trouble for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely got the propensity for that. So good job. Once again, Buzzard's Roost, they're killing it. So check them out on social media or their website. Look for it. I know that they're expanding. We know they're in Kentucky, but I saw Jason's been up in Massachusetts all this past week, rolling it out at different stores. And I know that there's more, states coming. So be on the lookout for Buzzard's Roost. It'll be coming to you very soon. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Justine, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze. You can find our shop at abvnetwork.com and on Instagram at abvnetworkshop.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website, abvnetwork.com. That's the one you need to check out because everything that we do is out there. We put all of our blogs out there. We've got our shows, past shows, all that kind of stuff. You want to check it out at abvnetwork.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right. Well, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. In the meantime, head out to your liquor store and get you some Buzzard's Roost. Or if you're not in one of the markets that has it yet, order it online from somewhere. I'm sure you can buy it from somewhere. I don't know where. I can't direct you anywhere, but find it, track it down, buy it, have fun. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.